Have you ever really thought about how a digital platform could be more than just, chat and news?
Hmm.
How it could actually become this bedrock for a community,
Yeah.
for healing, remembering history, even like deep
It's
reconciliation.
easy to get lost online, isn't it? So much noise.
Totally. But sometimes just one person's idea, their vision, can turn a website into something, well, profound, a real digital commons.
Hmm.
Today, we're doing a deep dive into exactly that kind of story. It's about the incredible work of Yohannes Berhe
Yeah.
and this platform he started, snitna.com.
Right. Snitna.com.
Yeah. And our mission here is to really get under the hood, understand how one person, using their tech skills and vision, built this vital digital space for the Eritrean community.
A space focused on unity, getting information out there, preserving history.
Exactly. All of that. This is basically your shortcut to understanding this really specific, really fascinating example of digital community building.
Okay, let's get into it.
So the sources we've looked at, they actually call Yohannes Tseggay Berhe the architect of Eritrean unity. I mean, wow. That's quite a title.
It is a powerful phrase, especially given the history.
Right. So how did he earn that?
Hmm.
What are the sources telling us? Is it his background, what he did, the site itself?
I think it's really a combination of all those things, but what really stands out, I think, is how his own life story, his direct experience with the struggle, with the divisions, it just seems to pour into this commitment he has to reconciliation.
Okay.
Yohannes Berhe, he's the designer, the webmaster of snitna.com, yeah. But he's way more than just the tech guy. He sort of is the mission.
And his background. It's pretty intense. The sources say he joined the Eritrean independence struggle when he was just 16.
16, yeah, as a medic on the front lines.
And was severely injured during the 6th Offensive, which was a major, major part of that conflict. I mean, you have to imagine an experience like that. They must leave such a deep mark, a dedication to the country, to the people.
Oh, absolutely. Foundational. Seeing conflict up close, the sacrifices, and then living with the physical results himself. And despite, serious health challenges from those injuries, he didn't stop. He pushed on, got a master's in agricultural development, a BA in accounting and finance. Impressive stuff.
Yeah.
He worked in humanitarian relief at first, but then, crucially, he shifted into IT, information technology.
Okay.
And that shift is key, I think. It's like he went from treating physical wounds to tackling the informational wounds, the relational ones within the community, using tech as his tool,
Like a digital scalpel in South.
Kind of, yeah. He runs what the sources call a very proactive website, snitna.com, and he helps out lots of other Eritrean media outlets, too. It all comes from this really deep personal place.
So snitna.com wasn't just like a side project or a tech experiment. It came from this real sense of purpose, founded in 2013, right?
2013, yeah. And its core aim, it's stated very clearly, to cultivate peace, harmony, and reconciliation among all Eritreans by involving Eritreans from different walks of society without discrimination. And when we say digital commons here, just so everyone's clear,
Yeah, good point.
it's not just a website someone owns. It's more like a digital public library or a town square, managed, built up by the community for the community, shared resources for the common good. That's really the spirit of snitna.com.
I see.
It's explicitly there to accommodate all Eritreans, to foster their unity, to help every concerned Eritrean national to find information easily, learn from each other, and hopefully make better decisions for the future.
It really does sound like this mission-driven space, born from conviction. But wow, taking on something like that, bridging those kinds of divides, mostly as one person, how did he even manage the scale of it? What do the sources say about that challenge?
That's a really important question. And the sources do point to the sheer dedication involved. It's relentless. He's not just running a website. He's building like a digital institution.
An institution.
Yeah, described as an Eritrean hub with rich educational, informative, and entertaining content. And when you actually look at the content, you immediately see how that personal mission translates into specific choices. Really powerful ones.
Okay, so let's talk about that content. It sounds like his vision really shaped what's on the platform. You mentioned bridging historical divides. That sounds complicated. How does snitna.com actually try to do that?
Well, this is where it gets really interesting, I think. The site very carefully, meticulously provides historical documents from both major liberation fronts, the ELF, Eritrean Liberation Front, and the EPLF, the Eritrean People's Liberation Front.
Both sides, okay.
Presenting them side by side like that, it's a very deliberate move. It's an attempt to help people understand the past conflicts, maybe start to reconcile the different stories people tell about that history. It acknowledges you need to hear from everyone.
Makes sense.
And it doesn't stop there. You also find archives from the G15 members, remember them, former officials pushing for reform.
Right, yeah.
And the Berlin Manifesto from civil society, opposition groups talking about democracy. So by putting all these different, sometimes conflicting viewpoints in one place, snitna.com isn't just like storing files. It's inviting a fuller, more nuanced understanding.
And it's not just the heavy political history, right? I
Yeah.
saw mentors of culture, tradition.
Absolutely. Huge effort there. Historical documents related to Eritrean culture, traditional laws, codes and bylaws of Eritrean regions and counties, even things like traditional songs, proverbs. It's really trying to preserve the threads that connect people, across time.
A deep dive into the nation's soul, almost.
Yeah, you could say that. And it also engages with current issues, with advocacy. The sources say Yohannes plays a tremendous role in raising awareness about justice, human rights, democracy, social issues, health. So the platform has reports on human rights in Eritrea, for example, from the UN Commission of Inquiry. It highlights victims of dictatorial regime in Eritrea. And when you see content discussing things like Eritrea under Isaias, voluntary servitude or coerced silence, or the Eritrean Transnational Repression Summit, the sources stress that snitna.com is acting neutrally.
Just presenting the information.
Exactly. Presenting it, making it accessible, but not necessarily endorsing one political view.
Yeah.
Letting users access different perspectives and, evaluate them critically.
And it sounds like it's trying to be more than just a library. It's pushing for actual dialogue.
Yes, actively. It supports things called Dialogue for Common Awareness and peace and reconciliation efforts. It even lists out different Eritrean political parties, civic groups, communities, religious organizations. The idea is to foster broad engagement, bring diverse voices into the conversation. It really is like a digital town hall.
A digital town hall.
It is, and it really makes you think, doesn't it? In a world where we're often stuck in our own little information bubbles, how powerful can one platform be if it deliberately tries to show you multiple sides, even opposing sides, all to build some common ground? It's quite a model.
It really is. And Yohannes' work, it goes beyond just the website itself, right? He uses his IT skills to amplify this whole message.
Spot on. He's a real digital facilitator for the whole Eritrean online community. He works with mainstream TV channels, ATV, Alina Media TV, Erisat, sharing content back and forth.
Okay.
And his support for radio stations is huge. Radio Voice of Eritrea and Gabay Broadcasting, Radio Sayab, Radio Aserna. He helps them with live streaming, recording, editing videos, getting their stuff on YouTube. Massively expands their audience.
Yeah.
And this is really important. He keeps archives of their old shows. Think about that. Preserving all that oral history, those discussions, making them available for the future.
That's incredible. So it's not just what's on snitna.com itself, but how he helps spread information across the entire Eritrean digital world. That YouTube view count you mentioned, 3.8 million on his personal channel. That's huge.
It really is. It shows people are hungry for this kind of connection, this information. He hosts hundreds of videos there, all extending Snitna's mission.
Amazing reach.
And it's not just traditional media. He gives tech advice, helps with video production for social media too. Things like Paul Talk rooms, which are big in the diaspora for discussions, Facebook live streams, other YouTubers. Plus, he organizes and archives these Snitna Network seminars on really important topics like national objectives and constitutional principles. Add it all up, and it's this massive effort in sharing information, preserving history, encouraging participation, and just pushing for that unity and justice.
It's clear he's not just, passively providing a space. He's actively doing things to build unity. That Eritrean Veterans Day initiative really caught my eye in the sources. Why is that one so important for reconciliation?
Yes, the Veterans Day. It's a founding campaigner for that, and it's deeply significant. Its main goal is kind of twofold. First, obviously, acknowledging the service of all veterans who liberated and protected the country. That's vital.
Of course.
But the second objective, and this is maybe the really transformative part, is to bring all ex-fighters together regardless of which Front ELF or EPLF.
Okay. Directly addressing that historical split.
Exactly. It directly confronts those depth divisions we talked about. It aims for real reconciliation between people who were once on opposing sides. And the website even has a section for help disabled veterans, showing that compassionate, practical side. It's about concrete actions, not just ideas.
Moving beyond just talk. And he also promotes discussions on things like the Eritrean Reunification Initiative, forming a national force for democratic change. So it really is a platform calling for action for building a shared future.
Definitely. It's proactive.
So what else makes Snitten.com work so well for this mission? What's the secret sauce?
Well, connecting it all back, I think the truly collaborative nature is just central. It's key to why it keeps working. Snitna.com explicitly asks for the cooperation of all Eritreans and friends of Eritrea to build its content.
Ah, so it's not just him uploading things.
Not at all. It actively invites everyone to contribute. Send in relevant materials, links, documents, videos, audio, YouTube stuff. Think about that. By asking all Eritreans to help build the archive, whether it's some old historical document someone found or a video from a community event happening now, he turns it from just a place you get information into a place you create it together. An active, co-created digital commons.
Shared ownership.
Exactly. That builds a sense of collective responsibility for their history, for their future. It makes the idea of unity something you do through participating, not just something you hope for.
So, stepping back, what does all this mean for us, maybe beyond just the Eritrean context? It feels like a potential roadmap, doesn't it? How digital tools can empower a community to heal, to learn, to build together, even when facing really deep divides.
I think that's exactly right. Through Snetna.com, Yohannes Berhe has created this vital digital commons. It achieves so much, makes information accessible, fosters real discussion, saves crucial history and culture, advocates for rights and justice. And at its core, it actively works towards unity and reconciliation for all Eritreans. The community clearly values it. Service, determination, and noble work is much appreciated, as one source puts it. And you can see why.
So here's a final thought to maybe chew on. In a time when, let's be honest, digital spaces often seem to drive us further apart, amplify the noise. What lessons can we really learn from Yohannes Tseggay's dedication, using technology not just to share stuff, but to actively, painstakingly try and bridge historical gaps and build unity for a whole community? It's something powerful to think about.
Definitely something to think about.
The Deep Dive is presented by Bike Production.